to that rather nasty speech, and our call for presenting good Greg Terry, Nicholas Briggs include on the inside. Yeah! Well,
ladies and gentlemen, before I now like to continue my team's case and point out a major flaw in the opposition case. Now, when I first heard what the opposition were after about tonight, I thought I was drunk. But then I realized I was drunk. Then I realized the point was still there and they needed to be rebutted. So here I go. Right, first of all, they come up tonight and they completely negated the issue. But more importantly, I'd like to address the fact that they didn't have any models. That's beside the point. Even though this is a should debate, I think it was necessary to prove it. Right. Okay. So, what does this mean and why? Okay. Basically, in relation to the topic, it means that they have shown no proof how it could work by not applying a model, and they have no proof that it did work in the past. This being that they have no burden of proof. Now, this is the causal nature, the fundamental flaw in this case, and this is what I'm going to be addressing tonight, and my rebuttal is going to revolve around this. Now, first of all, the first speaker has come up tonight, and he has said that sporting boycott benefits everyone. Everybody's happy. Everybody lives on a rainbow. It helps apartheid. It only helps apartheid because we didn't have cricket playing over there. I didn't quite get their examples because they weren't clear. So basically, why is this wrong? Well, it is wrong because, once again, I'd like to go back to what I said before. They have no causal link as to how this works. In regards to apartheid, they proved in no way how on earth it actually works. I never heard that apartheid was toppled because they didn't play cricket. In fact, I never heard that the fact that they didn't play cricket over there, that it worked at all. So what does this mean? There's no causal link. So it doesn't make sense. So it's an irrelevant example, which leads to an irrelevant point. So, they also came out and they said that US colleges, basically they come out and they said that it is improved effectively by sporting boycotting. Now, this is the other thing that they've said. They've said that, it's not a lot of people angry. A lot of people objected to it. And I agree. I'd be very angry if my local curling team was not allowed to play because of a political struggle. But, besides the point, it may have caused uproar. It may have annoyed a lot of people. But it did not aid the struggle well enough to be an appropriate political protest. And the issue of this debate is that. Is it effective? Yes, please.
So you're saying that if there's hundreds or thousands of people who are protesting against, say, if they do a boycott, in this case, a sporting boycott, you can have it into an appropriate political protest?
Okay. What you just said then is that a protest involving hundreds of thousands of people is going to work. I'm going to admit, 100,000 people protesting getting angry, it's going to work. No, thank you. I'm interested. Now, what I'm trying to say is that 11 people not playing a game of cricket, don't get me wrong, it's going to annoy a lot of people, and they might protest over it. But they're going to protest over the cricket, they're not going to protest over the hardship. Just as I would over the curling team. Now, this tonight is their first point. The game has no reason for boycotting sports boycott. My colleague, it sounds quite familiar. And then I realized it is the basis for both of my two speakers' points. Now, I'm not going to be as arrogant as in the past for someone to go off and say that the opposition were proving my case. No. What I'm going to say is that they were actually missing the issue of this debate, which is, is it effective enough to be a political tool? And this is where they've been weaseling after this debate. No, I will address that later. And they've also gone out and they said that the safety of sportsmen is an issue. Don't get me wrong, but once again, that's weaseling after the debate. That's going out on a tangent. That doesn't make sense. Now, finally, they also stated that it raises issues. Wait, there's apologies. Right, okay, so we say that they are not arguing our point, but they're missing the issue of this debate, which my speakers addressed, which is, first of all, they're not necessary because of political reasons. They shouldn't be political, but they should be a political action for a political agenda. The second of all, it reinforced what I said. It reinforced what my second speaker said from an individual point, which is that it is not good for the sports people and the sports industry as a whole. So, second of all, the second speaker's come out and said that it is appropriate, but not effective, but it's appropriate. So it's right. Oh, I don't think so. What I'm trying to say with that is that is reasonably not the case. That's completely missing what the issue of this debate is all about. And the opposition, my team, I'm sincere, sorry, believes that in order for it to be an effect, in order for it to be an appropriate form of political protest, it has to actually be a feasible one, more specifically in the context of self-nation. It needs to be effective for it to be appropriate. Okay, so basically, case-to-case summary. What's being said, what do they say? Okay. First of all, they said that sporting boycotts benefit everyone. We have proven on two levels, the social side, and secondly, the political side, secondly, the social side, as to why this isn't true. The fact of the matter is that there are more detriments to society than benefits. I've shown that on a political individual level. I've shown real benefits, real detriments as to why this doesn't work. And the opposition has shown fake benefits that really do not meet the burden of proof in regards to this debate. Now, their second speakers come up tonight, and they said it's not effective, but it is still viable as a political protest. They're weaseling out of the debate! We said the correct burden of proof. We came out here playing the game. We played it by the rules. And we're not weaseling out, but they are. There is no... Yes, please.
No interpretation of playing by the rules if we break the rules, as you did before.
Right, can you just repeat that last word? Right, okay, I'm sorry. You're drawing parallels to this debate in regards to a much more international issue. There's somebody check that the cheap shot. It might sound like a hypocrite, but I just want to point that out. Right, okay. So they said that there is no point. I'm just going to skip right to the summary. But what this debate comes down to is that we've set the correct version of proof, and we have proven why there are more detriments. There are more detriments to it being. And there's more detriments to a boycott than what there are benefits, and the opposition has shown no real benefits because they have to get the burden of proof. So, in summary, what have I proven? Well, I have proven, first of all, that they have missed the issue. I have, second of all, debated our case in a ridiculous Irish accent. And, in summary, my first speaker tonight has stated that sport is not supposed to be a political weapon. It should not be used opposition for a political agenda, and second of all, he addressed the feasibility problem within this case. Now, second of all, my second speaker, first of all, said there is overstepping the mark on an individual scale. A sporting star should not be used as a political weapon on an individual level. And secondly, he said that it puts them in on their place personally. It can lead to more individual effects on an individual sports team themselves as well as the team itself. So, in conclusion, the opposition admits the issue of this debate. They haven't met the burden of proof, and we have done so. So it is therefore that sporting boycotts are not an appropriate form of political protest. Thank you.
Did you get more? Yep. I didn't get pink today. Do you have a cable at home? I can't put it on. I'll send it. It's a tough one.
Well, I mean, obviously, a clear 9.6 not by virtue